सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्धिबोध्यं बुद्धेर्धृत्यस्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं नमस्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Page 42, topic 63, last 5 lines. रागेच्छा सुख दुःखादीं बुद्धौ सत्यां प्रवर्तते सुषुप्तौ नास्ति तन्नाशे तस्माद् बुद्धेस्तु नात्मनः इति वृद्धवचनाच्च रागादयो बुद्धिधर्मा एव न तु जीवात्मधर्माः इत्युक्तम्। तथा च अन्तःकरणविशिष्टस्य जीवस्य ब्रह्मणा सह ऐक्य असम्भवे अपि अन्तःकरणः उपहित साक्षिणः तत्सम्भवेत्येव। Nischalādasa presenting that a wise person is able to claim that I am Brahman because of his perception towards his own mind as upadhi. Wise person never say I am emotional, I feel guilty, I got hurt. All these feelings are not there in wise person. He refuses to say I am emotional because he excludes the mind from that I. Even though he is using the mind for interaction with the people in the world, but heart of the heart inside, he will not include that mind as an integral part of himself. He is able to separate the mind intellectually. He looks at the mind as a upadhi. Therefore, from his standpoint, I means Sakshi Chaitanyam. Nirguna Sakshi Ahamasmi. Whereas that ignorant person, he includes the mind as integral part of I am, then that mind becomes a Visheshanam. I gets the status of Saguna Visheshyam. I am, whenever ignorant person says that I is Saguna Visheshyam, because it is Vishishta Chaitanyam. Whereas Jnani is I is Upahita Chaitanyam. Therefore, for him, mind is not a part of himself. He looks at the mind as a different instrument from him. I am Sakshi Chaitanyam. This is the crucial portion in Mahavakya where a Vedantic seeker, Mumukshu, can enjoy by understanding this. Where really that Jnani and Ajnani both are distinct because of their perception. Perception to what? Perception towards one's own body-mind complex. How Jnani looks at his body-mind complex, how Ajnani looks at his body-mind complex. That determines, that decides whether to claim I am Atma Swarupam Chaitanyam or I disown my Atma Chaitanyam, remain as samsari, depend on our own perception. That is clearly presented by Nischala here by quoting Shankaracharya's Atma Bodha verse. What Shankaracharya said there, in Jagradavastha, Swapnavastha, Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, Sukha, Dukkha, all are there. Desire, anger, all emotions, pleasure feeling, painful feeling, all these are when they are there, and I am in waking state. Or when I am in dream state, I face this attachment, aversion, fear. All these are when you are in Jagrata Avastha and Swapna Avastha. But you have three avasthas. Every day we are undergoing how many? 4 or 5 or 6? Only 3. Jagrat, waking state, dream state, Swapna, and deep sleep state. Now the same attachment, aversion, anger, painful experiences, favorable, unfavorable, pleasure and pain, they are available when you are in sleep. That's why he says, Sushuptau nasti tannashi. Tannashi means when the mind is not available in sleep, tannashi sushuptau na asti. All these raga, dvesha, sukha, dukkha, ichha, bhaya, dvesha are not there. That means anvaya vyatireka. Manas sattve raga, dvesha, bhaya, kama, krodha, sattva. The moment mind is there, mind is active in making state. Mind is partially active in dream state. That is why we are all undergoing all these emotions. Even in dream also fear. Dream also we cry. Not enough crying in the Jagrata Avastha. We cry in the dream also. Whereas when you go to deep sleep, tannasi, one's mind is dissolved, where this raga, dvesha, sukha, ichha gone. This is called vyatireka, co-absence. Co-presence, mind sattve, raga, dvesha, adi sattva. Guilt, hurt, all problems sattva, bhavati. All problems will be there. Tannasi, mind is not there in Sushupta. What happens? Nothing is there. That's what mind is the culprit. Mind alone has got all problems. Really speaking, mind is also not really problematic. If you know, mind is wonderful, beautiful. Enlightened mind is wonderful, beautiful. Unenlightened mind, that alone is a problem. Therefore, enlighten your mind. Tasmat buddhistu na atmanah. This raga, ichha, sukha, dukkha, etc., they are all buddhi dharma. And buddhi and mind both are interchangeable here. Either buddhi or mind, you can take any. Na atmanah. They are not really belong to me, the Atma, the self, higher I. Lower I, ahankara, has got all this. So I am having two floors, first floor, second floor. Higher I, lower I. Use your lower I for vyavahara. And come to your green room, higher I, when you want peace, happiness, security. Unintelligently don't search for PHS in lower I. That is unintelligent way. After telling this Atma Bodha shloka, then Nischala says, Iti Vruddhavachanacha Vruddhavachanam. This is the message, Vachanam, of all our senior ācaryas, elders. Vruddha means elders. Jnana Vruddhaha, not only Vayo Vruddhaha, but Jnana Vruddhaha. Those who are wise, elderly ācaryas, traditional ācaryas, these are the words given by them. Ragadayoho buddhi dharmaha eva. You can understand. Raga, attachment, adipadat, dvesha, kama, krodha, bhaya, all of them buddhi dharmaha. They are the attributes belong to the mind alone. Natu jivatma dharmaha iti uktam. They are not attributes of jivatma. Once the Acharya says, author says, they are not the attributes of jivatma, means that jivatma is lakshyartha jivatma. Clear? Dharmas are not belong to jivatma, means that jivatma is higher I, jivatma. That is the meaning. Iti uktam. Tadha cha antahkarana vishishtasya jivasya brahmanaha saha aikya asambhave api. Now we see, Purapakshi said, aikyam is not possible between Jiva Atma and Paramatma, he said. For that, Nischala says, why not? Aikyam is possible. It is not possible because some people look at their mind as Visheshanam. That is why it is not possible. Asambhave api. It is impossible for whom? Antakarana Vishishtasya Jivasya. For whom the mind is Visheshanam and Chaitanyam is Visheshyam, for him Aikyam is not possible. Because it is Saguna Visheshyam. Attributes are part of himself. It is an integral part. Then how is it possible? Mixing the lower I ahankara also in me, can I say I am Brahman? That is why many students feel you are Nitya Buddha Shuddha Mukta Swarupahana Nana. Shuddha Buddha Muktana. Eppadi? I have lot of problems now. Why they think like that? Because they take themselves as lower I, ahankara, mind as Visheshanam, as integral part of themselves. Therefore they say, I am Punyavan, Papavan, I have lot of karmas, Sanchita karma, so many problems are there. Papan teacher do not know. Like that they think. But Guru is talking from which standpoint? Lakshartha, higher standpoint. Upahita Chaitanya Drishtya, taking the mind as Upadhi. Therefore you are Nirguna Sakshi, not Saguna Visheshyam Chaitanyam, not Vishishta Chaitanyam. You are Nirguna Sakshi. Therefore we have to elevate ourselves. Don't listen from lower eye. Use the lower eye. Use the mind. But never include that when Mahavakya is coming. Tat Tvamasi. You have to do Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Oru Bhagam Tyagam Pandi Kekanam. Understand? That is intelligent way of hearing, listening. Vishishtasya jivasya brahmanaha brahmana saha. With Brahman, aikya asambhav. Whereas antakarana upahita sakshinaha tat sambhavaha iti eva. That aikyam is possible. For whom? When antakarana upahita sakshinaha. When antakaranam is upahita sakshi chaitanyam. Once antakaranam, mind is not taken as visheshanam. Mind is, antakaranam means mind. Mind is taken as what? Upadhi. Once you take antakaranam as upadhi, chaitanyam is what? Upahita chaitanyam. Then I can say mind is upadhi, dharmas belongs to the mind, matter, anatma. I am Nirguna Sakshi Chaitanyam, Brahman, both are one and the same. Aikyam Sambhavati eva. This is only intellectual understanding required. That itself is called liberation. Nothing else is there. Sambhavati eva. Sambhavatyeva. That is possible. Up to here we saw in the last class. Last class and 2 weeks back. No exclusion of the mind, inclusion of the mind. Your moksha is depending upon what? Only exclusion, inclusion. Clear? Very, very clear? Okay. Now next topic we will read page number 43, topic 64. Sakshino nanatvepi ekena brahmanaikyam sambhavati. Now Nischala is answering two objections raised by the Purva Pakshi in 56th topic. That he is going to answer here. Just you note now. After going home you can see that 56th topic he asked, Purva Pakshi asked. What he asked? Jiva atirikta sakshi nasti sattve api sakshi nana iti shanka. This is the objection raised by the Purva Pakshi. And second objection he raised is 60th topic, aneka sakshinam ekena brahmana aikyam asambhavaha. For those two questions, now he is giving answer. We have forgotten the questions. Long ago, 1, 2, 3 months back. Now he is giving answer. How can we remember? He knows that. That's why he is repeating the objection briefly and giving answer. Sakshinaha nanatve api. Sakshi, each person, one person is having one sakshi, witness consciousness. Your mind is witnessed by your consciousness. My mind is witnessed by my consciousness. His mind is witnessed by his consciousness. Her mind is witnessed by her consciousness. Sakshi Chaitanya. Therefore, there are many Sakshis are there. That is true. We accept that. Sakshi Chaitanyams are many for each individual. Even then, Aikyam is possible. The Purvapakshi says, when Sakshis are many, how Aikyam is possible? It is possible. Sakshinaha nanatve api. Ekena Brahmana Aikyam sambhavati eva. Brahman is one. Sakshis are many. Identity or Brahma Aikyam is possible. How is it possible? I will tell you. Listen. What is the Purvapakshi's objection? Yaduktam. From Sakshina onwards we have to read Yaduktam onwards. That is Purvapakshi's quotation up to 3 lines. We will read that portion. Yaduktam Sakshinaha Anekatvat Ekatvacha Brahmanaha Aneka Sakshinam Ekena Brahmanaikyam Na yujyate Yadi yujyate Tarhi Brahmanaha iva Sakshinaha api Sarva Sharira Vartitva Vyapakatva Ekatva Siddhya Yugapate Sarva Sharireshu Sukha Dukkha Sakshatkara Prasangaha Iti Tanna. Tanna is our answer. It is not so. Up to Iti, Purvapakshi's objection. What is the Purvapakshi's opinion given in 56th topic and 60th topic? Just he is summarizing that objection. Yaduktam. You said that you opposed me. Vichara is telling. Yaduktam. What is said by you in the 56th topic and 60th topic, you raised 2 objections. What are they? Sakshinaha anekatvad. Sakshis are many. Witness consciousnesses. There are many witness consciousnesses. Ekatvacha Brahmanaha. Brahman happens to be one. Sakshi Adukuru Sakshi. Correct, Dani? It is there. How Aikyam is possible? Aneka Sakshinaha Ekena Brahmana Aikyam na yujyate. Because there are many Sakshis, Aneka Sakshinaha Ekena Brahmana Aikyam na yujyate. It is improper, it is not possible. This is Purvapakshi's opinion, author is presenting. Yadi yujyate, Purvapakshi says, suppose it is possible, Sakshi, many Sakshis and one Brahman, both Aikyam. If it is possible, Tarhi, then Brahmanaha iva, just as Brahman iva, Sakshinaha api, Sakshi also, Sarva Sharira Vartitva Vyapakatva Ekatva Siddhya. Since Brahman is all pervading, Brahman is there in everybody, in every body. Sarva Vartitva, Sarva Vyapakatva and Ekatva. One Brahman pervading everywhere, Vyapakatva, and one Brahman is there in everyone. If Sakshi, Brahman both are one and same, what will happen? Then, Tarhi Yugapad Sarva Sarireshu. Brahman is there, Brahman is identical with Sakshis, that Brahman also must experience in everyone's sukha dukkha. Sarva sharireshu sukha, pleasure, dukkha, sorrow, sakshatkara prasangaha iti. Sakshatkaraha means here experience. Because Brahman, one Brahman is there in everybody. And you are experiencing sukha means I also should experience sukha, because your Brahman, my Brahman are both one and the same. Brahman is all pervading. Sukha, dukkha. Suppose you are having fear, I also must feel fear. Suppose you are crying, I also must cry. In a one Brahman. One Brahman is all pervading in every sariram, every body. And when you are sorrowful, I am also sorrowful. When you are happy, I am also happy. When you are crying, I also have to cry. Swamiji gives always one example. In school, LKG, one child cry, all children will cry. They do not know why that child is crying. Children do not know. One child want to go to bathroom. All children want to go to bathroom. Why? How they get, I do not know. That is happening. Like that, here also, Brahman is Sakshi and Brahman is one and the same. Since Brahman is there in everyone, so Brahman has to experience all Sukha Dukkha. All of you cry at a time. All of us laugh at a time. All of us feel hungry at a time. All of us get sleep at a time. Because one Brahman only, no. Adi Padat, you supply all of them. Sukha Dukkha Sakshatkara Prasangaha. What is the important word there? Yugapat. At a time. Simultaneously. Without gap. Simultaneous. Like chorus music, Madre. The chorus, they sing uniformly, without any difference. Like that, we also, if you move right side, one person moves, all move right side only. If you go left side, everyone should go left side only, because of one Brahman. It should happen like that. It will happen when, if Brahman Sakshi become one and the same. Now all Sakshis and one Brahman Aikyam, this is the problem will come. Who says? Purvapaksha. Prasangaha iti. This type of problem will come. Tanna. It is not so. Who says? Nischala says. Oh Purvapakshi, your contention is not correct. Why? What is the reason? Now he gives a brilliant answer. You see, yataha sakshi dvividhaha Ishvara sakshi jiva sakshi cheti tatradya eka eva Dvitiya anekaha Parichinnascha Tathapi Vyapaka Brahmano na bhinnaha Yatha ghatakashaha Nana parichinnopi Mahakashat Ananyataya Mahakashasvarupa eva bhavati Tatha jiva sakshi Nana parichinnopi Tattvataha Brahma bhinnataya Brahma bhinnataya Brahmaiva bhavati Yataha. Because it is not so, your opinion is not correct, because Nischaladasa's answer from Yataha onwards. Sakshi dvividhaha. There are two types of sakshis. Witness consciousnesses. Dvividhaha sakshi. Who are they? Dvividhaha. Ishvara sakshi, jiva sakshi cha iti. One is Ishvara sakshi. Number two is jiva sakshi. Ishvara sakshi is, for Ishvara, mind is Maya. Maya upahita chaitanyam is Ishvara sakshi. Maya upahita chaitanyam is Ishvara sakshi. Maya being one, Ishvara sakshi is also one only. Maya is one. There are no two Mayas. Only one Maya. Therefore, Ishvara Sakshi is only one. Because Jiva Sakshis are different from Ishvara Sakshi. Jiva Sakshi, because there are many minds, for every Jiva there is one mind. Therefore, there are many reflected consciousnesses. In every mind, there are many one mind got one reflected consciousness. So the witnesser of each mind is different because each one has got one mind. Maya is one. Therefore, Ishvara Sakshi is one. Human beings, living beings are many. As many living beings, so many minds. As many minds, so many Sakshis. All put together Jiva Sakshi. All Jiva Sakshis. Many minds are there, therefore many Jiva Sakshis. Really speaking, consciousness is one. Because of mind, because of many minds, because of different minds, different Sakshis as it were. There are different Sakshis. Jiva Sakshi, Ishvara Sakshi iti. Now he says, Tatra Adyaha Eka Eva. Adyaha means Ishvara Sakshi. Between two Sakshis, Ishvara Sakshi 1, Jiva Sakshi number 2, Adyaha is Ishvara Sakshi, Ekaha Eva. Only one Sakshi, because of one Maya, one Sakshi. So Maya, just as mind for us, for Ishvara, Maya is like that. So Ishvara's mind is called Maya. Our mind is called our mind. So Ishvara's mind is called Maya. Ishvara is the witnesser of all minds. Ishvara, Sakshi, witnessing what? Sakshi means witnesser. Ishvara Sakshi is one. One Ishvara Sakshi must be the witnesser of something. Witnesser of all Jiva Sakshis minds. Ishvara Sakshi is the witnesser of all minds. For that he gives an example. He says, not only that, Tad Adyaha Eka Eva Dvitiyaha Anekaha. Dvitiyaha means is Jiva Sakshis. Jiva Sakshis are many. Anekaha, when we say, this is Tvampada Vachyarthaha. Dvitiyaha Jiva Sakshi Anekaha Tvampada Vachyarthaha. That Sakshi is confined in that mind, Parichinnaha, limited. Tathapi, even then, Vyapaka Brahmanaha na Bhinnaha. That Sakshis, even though they are many, they are not different from that all-pervading one Brahman. They are not different from all-pervading one Brahman. நமக்கு புரியாதுன்னு அவருக்கு தெரியும். அதனால எக்ஸாம்பிள், ஈஸி எக்ஸாம்பிள் is going to give. Just is remembering Mandukya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, Advaita Prakaranam. From 3rd verse onwards up to 9th verse, Gaudapadacharya talk about Ghatakasha and Mahakasha. Now I will teach about that Ghatakasha and Mahakasha. If you understand that, you will understand this also. First understand that you have read, you have studied Mandukya Upanishad. Endha yugathilo padichirukkollo gnapakame illa. I have taken a 6th Upanishad in this class long ago, maybe 15 years back or 12 years back I might have taken. But you can recollect that here, that gist I will give, then I will go to the word explanation. In Mandukya, 3rd chapter, 3 to 9, those verses are recollected by Nischaladasa. Rupa karya samakhyascha vidyante tatra tatra vai akashasya na vedosti. So akasha is not different because of pot space, hall space, room space. Hall is bigger than room. Room is bigger than pot. So pot space, room space, hall space. Pot space rupa is different. It is small in form. Small. Room is little bigger. Hall is much bigger. Rupa. Karya, its function also. Pot can hold little water, but the room can hold lot of water. Hall can hold much more water. Karyam also, how many people can sit in the pot space? Function of that pot space, karya means function. Function of the pot space is not useful. Only little water, little milk you can hold. No person can sit. But in the room, few people can sit in the room space. In hall, many people can sit. So karya, the function, their rupa is different. Ghata akasha, ghata rupa. Room akasha, room rupa. Mathakasha, hall space is hall rupa. Karya means function. And they hold, pot space cannot hold people, room space can hold few people, and hall space can, many people can sit. So their function is different. What about Samakhya? Name also different. Rupa Karya Samakhya. This is pot space, that is room space, this is hall space. You go to the next room, it is very small space. Really speaking, pot space, what you say, the room space, room is not there. Room space is called room. Pot space is called pot. Hall space is called hall. There is no hall. Hall is hollow. There is no room other than room space. There is no pot other than pot space. But we never think. If you think, go and think, it mind-boggling. Pot space, room space, and hall space. Hall, room, and pot, they are all used for the space, not for the room or hall or pot. That is why, how many liters of milk this pot can hold? We ask. And how many people can be accommodated in that room? You ask. How many people can be accommodated in this hall? How much furniture we can keep in this hall? That means, are you talking about the space in the hall or hall? Space. That is why in the beginning Moolam class what I said, hall is in the space or space is in the hall? What do we say generally? How much space is there in the hall? How much space is there in that room? How much space is there in the pot we are asking? This is wrong. Really speaking, pot is in the space, room is also in the space, hall is also in the space. But according to Tarkikas, they also accept this. What? This example, they also accept. What example? The total space, pot space, no difference. Total space, Mahakasha, outside space and room space, hall space, is there any difference? There is no difference. But we use the word pot space, room space, hall space. It is only for usage we use the words. Since you are using pot space, room space, hall space, is there any difference between total space and hall space, room space, pot space? Since there is no difference, total space, outside space, which is not confined in any enclosure, unenclosed space is total space. This is enclosed space. This is also enclosed space. Room space is also enclosed space. Since it is enclosed, how many? Pot enclosed space, room enclosed space, hall enclosed space. Since there are many spaces, many means three here, pot, room, hall. Therefore, these three spaces are different from the total space, can you say? Since there are three spaces, how three spaces can be identical with one space? One space is outer, external Mahakasha, total space. In the Edavali, வெளியில் இருக்கிற இடவெளிக்கு ஐக்கியம் சொல்லலாமா வேண்டாமா? ஒன்று தான் అని சொல்லலாமா வேண்டாமா? ஒன்று சொல்ல முடியாது. இது என்ன மூடு ஸ்பேஸு, அது ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் என்ன இது ஒரு பார்ட் ஸ்பேஸு. திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் வித் டோட்டல் ஸ்பேஸ். சேம், போத் ஆஃப் தெம் ஆர் சேம். ரூம் ஸ்பேஸ் அண்ட் டோட்டல் ஸ்பேஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் அண்ட் த சேம். ஹால் ஸ்பேஸ் அண்ட் டோட்டல் ஸ்பேஸ் அவுட்டர் இடவெளி ஆல்சோ ஒன் அண்ட் த சேம். இந்த மூணு ஸ்பேஸ் இருக்கும்போது அந்த ஒரு டோட்டல் ஸ்பேஸ் கூட எப்படி ஒன்றாக முடியும்னு பூர்வபக்ஷி கேள்வி. அது எப்படியப்பா? ஸ்பேஸ் கேன் பி ஒன் ஒன்லி. தேர் ஆர் டிஃபரன்சஸ் ஒன்லி பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் பாட், ரூம், வால்ஸ் அண்ட் ஹால் வால்ஸ். பட் ஸ்பேஸ் இஸ் ஒன் அண்ட் த சேம். How they can be different? Rupa, Karya, Sāmakhya, Bhinnam. Their form is Bhinnam, their function is different, Parimāṇa is different. That is called Rupa, Karya, Sāmakhya. Nama Bhedaha, number 1. Then Rupa Bhedaha Asti, number 2. It is not there in that paragraph. I am explaining from Mandukya. So that example only he gives. Nama Bheda, Rupa Bheda, number 2. Parimāṇa Bheda, size wise, capacity. How much capacity? How much capacity it can accommodate? Capacity of people. Parimāṇa. That is the third one. Then Karya, function. Functions may be different, Parimāṇa may be different, form may be different, name also different. One is room space, another is pot space, another is hall space. Functions are different, Parimāṇa is different, size wise they are different. Therefore, this space cannot be the same outer space, all-pervading space. Can you say that? Even Tarkikas also accept this. Tarkikas means logicians. These Tarkikas, they say, Tarkashastra also, Akasha is Ekaha. Akasha is one. Akasha means don't look at the sky. That is sky. Nama Akasha mani pakram. That is not, that is Megha. That is cloud. Edavali. Space means Edavali. That place. It is Ekaha. Number two, Vibhuhu. It is all pervading. It is one. There are two Akashas, two spaces. No, only one space. Ekaha, Vibhuhu, all pervading. And Tarkashastra people say Akasha is Nityam, eternal. That we don't accept. Akasha is not eternal. It is born from Atman. Whereas Tarkika people, for them, Akasha is also Nityam. Atma also Nityam. Akasha is also Nityam. And the Nityam word we don't accept. What we accept? Akasha is Vibhu, we also accept. Akasha is Ekaha, we also accept. Like that, Atma is also Ekaha, Vibhu, all pervading. Once you accept the example, Ghatakasha, Mathakasha, Kosha Akasha, this Kosha means Koshagara, chinna room, that is identical with the total space. When you ask, what is the problem to accept the identity between Jivatma and Paramatma? Jivatmas are like pot space, room space, hall space, like. Clear? Jivatmas are all like pot space, room space, like hall space. Rupam vere. Nama, names are different. Aalukoru peru, aalukoru rupam. 84 lakhs of species are there. Forms are different. Vriksha jati, Pashu jati, Krimi jati, Pakshi jati, Manusha jati, Deva, Kinnara, Kim Purusha, so many jatis are there. Forms are different, names are different. Parimana also, size, some of them are 100 kgs, some of them are 40 kgs. Parimana also is different. Some people can eat 10 idli, some people eat only 2 idli. Parimana is also different. Height wise, weight wise, ellame different. Function is also different. One person does one function. Cow gives milk and cow eats grass. What we eat, nama function vere. Human beings are also eating grass, that's very vishayam. Normally, their function is different, our function is different. So animals, plants are taking carbon dioxide, giving oxygen. What we are taking? Oxygen, leaving carbon dioxide. Function is different. So, Rupa Bhedaha Asti, Nama Bhedaha Asti, Parimana Bhedaha Asti. Correct? All these Karya Bhedaha Asti, function wise also there is a difference. So what? We are all Paramatma only. This Bheda, Rupa, Karya, Samakhya, Parimana Bheda from the standpoint of bodies, from the standpoint of mind, not from space like Atma. And the space edathila enna pandanum? Maha total space place la you have to put Brahman. Individual bodies place la you have to put different bodies. Pot, room, hall, like different bodies. And Sakshi Chaitanyam is like pot space, room space, hall space. Sakshi Chaitanyam. So this space, that space, both are identical. Like that, this Sakshi Chaitanyam of this Jiva, that Brahman, both are one and the same. What is the problem? புரியறதோ? புரியற மாதிரி இருக்குன்னு. So Tarkikas accept the space is one. What is the problem for you to accept Brahman is one? All Atmas are Jivatmas are given name because of one type of upadhi. One Atma only. Now look into that example. You can understand well. Yatha, just as Ghatakashaha nana parichinnaha api. Ghatakashaha. So this pot space. There are 100 pots are there. I gave example room space and hall space because it is available for me. I got only one pot. Suppose 100 pots are there. 100 pots are there. And each pot has got space. First pot space, second pot space, third pot space, fourth, fifth, like that. All spaces in all pots nana. Many pot spaces. Clear? Many pot spaces nana. Not only that, parichinna, they are limited. Parimana wise limited. Function wise also limited. One pot can hold 1 liter milk. Another pot may hold 2 liters milk, little bigger. Another pot may hold 5 liters milk. Parimana may be different. One pot is used for milk. Another pot is used for water holding. Another pot is used for to put rice. Different purposes. One pot is used for cooking. Another pot is used for pongal. Pongal is coming, you know. Pongal. And Pongal day you do some pongal in that, putting colors. Functions are different. Nana and parichinnaha, limited also. Tathapi, even then, vyapaka brahmanaha na bhinnaha. Sorry. Here, mahakashat ananyataya. These pot spaces, 10 pot spaces, are they different? Mahakashat, total space. Outer, total, all-pervading space. Ananyataya, non-different. Mahakasha swarupa eva bhavati. This space is also non-different from that total space. There is no different. Because it has no amshi bhava. Karya karana bhava. The total space is karanam. This is karyam. Can you say that? Cause-effect relation is there? No. It is whole. This is part. Can you say? Part space is a part of total space. You cannot talk about amshi bhava. Part whole. That is whole total space. This is part of this total space. Eppudu theriyumna. Rupame illa, it doesn't have any form. How can you talk about avayava? Akasha cannot have avayava, right hand, left hand. Kannike kaanu. How can you talk about part whole relation? Amshi, karya karana sambandha, idella pesave mudiyadu. Therefore, in understanding only this Veda we are talking, room space, pot space, hall space, all these are because of pot, room, hall. And the confined upadhi, because of that only space has got that name. Therefore, Brahman alone is there in all bodies. Bodies, Sakshi Chaitanyam is not in the body. Room space, hall space, pot space madri. Sakshi Chaitanyam, Unuda Sakshi Chaitanyam, Enuda Sakshi Chaitanyam. All Sakshi Chaitanyam is inside, or we are in Brahman. All bodies are in Brahman. Sakshi Chaitanyam is not inside the body. Example of what you said. Pot is in the space or space is in the pot? Pot is in the space. Pot is in the space. And since it is in the space, inside also space is there. Similarly, Brahman is all pervading. Bodies are in Brahman Therefore, inside the body also, Brahman. What is the name? Sakshi Chaitanya. You cannot give this pot space total space. This is pot space. Pot space because of pot. Even though it is equal to total space, identical with total space, because this pot is there, therefore I give pot space. Even though verbally I say pot space, there is no difference between pot space and total space. Like that, here also our body is like a pot. Okay? Brahman is like total space. Sakshi Chaitanya is like a pot space. Just as pot space is not different from total space, the Sakshi Chaitanya also, even though there are many bodies, Sakshi Chaitanya is Brahmana Aikyam Sambhavati. Aikyam means what? One and the same in Artham. Puranjakarada. If in the pot space, Maha space lo sharanam enna pannanum? You have to take this pot outside. And the total space lo in the pot vadachitana, then what will happen? This pot space will merge with the total space. Yarad pannuvane appa? Intellectually understand. You need not break the pot. Let the pot be there. Make use of the pot. Intelligently say, this space and that space both are one and the same. You cannot differentiate. You cannot separate. Intellectually, space is one. There are no 2, 3, 4 spaces. Similarly, Sakshi Chaitanyam is identical with the Brahman who is one. There is no difference at all. Therefore, we can say what now? Aham Brahma Asmi. When I say Aham Brahma Asmi, Tvampada Lakshyartha or Vachyartha? Lakshyartha. Even though Rupa Bheda, Nama Bheda, Samakhya, Nama Bheda, Karya Bheda, Parimana Bheda, still one and the same. Pura Pakshiki, Cholalama Vendama, Cholalam, Paringo. Mahakasha Swarupa Eva Bhavati Tatha. Similarly, in the same way, Jiva Sakshi Nana Parichinnaha Api. Jiva Sakshi, I the Jiva Atma sitting in the class Vicharasagara. Parichinnaha sitting in that chair confined with this body. Female body, male body. Parichinnaha only. Sharira Drishtya, Nama Drishtya, Rupa Drishtya. Parichinnaha limited. Correct? Parichinnaha api, Nana api. Sakshi is in everybody, in every body it is there. Like pot space, room space, hall space, but it is there. Nana, Parichinnaha api, Tattvataha. Really speaking, in fact, in its original nature, Brahma Abhinnayeva. There is a Dirgha, Brahma Abhinnataya. Brahma plus Abhinnataya. Abhinnataya means non-different. Same artha. One and the same. Brahma Abhinnataya. This Jiva Sakshi, you have to take it as non-different from Brahman. One with Brahman. Brahmaiva Bhavati. So, who am I now? Brahmaiva. From Atma standpoint, higher I standpoint, when I take Upadhi, mind as Upadhi. Upahita Chaitanya Drishtya Aham Brahma Eva. If you take Ahankara as real, then you are taking yourself as samsari. This is the meaning. I hope you have understood. Next, 65th topic. Sukha dukkhaadayaha vrittyaruಢa sakshi vishayaha. Now another question also he raised in 40th page, 59th topic. In 59th topic, he asked, Antakarana dharmaha na antakarana vrittehe vishayaha. He said there in 59th topic. Antakarana dharmaha. The mind, antakaranam, has got dharmas, features, attributes. Sukha, dukkha, raga, dvesha, priya, apriya, all these are there. Antakarana dharma. They cannot become antakarana vrittehe. Antakarana vritti means what? The thought rise in the mind. Vishayaha na bhavant. Vishayaha means what? Vishaya means objectified. Antakarana vritti, I said while I was taking on that 59th topic, mind cannot know itself. Mind cannot know the thoughts which are rising in the mind. Do you remember? Mind cannot know by itself. Mind cannot know the thoughts which are rising in the mind. That means thoughts cannot become object of experience to the mind, even though vrittis are rising in the mind. So mind cannot know by itself. Mind cannot know the thoughts which are rising in the mind. Then who is knowing all these thoughts? The discussion here. That Purapakshi's question, Sukha Dukkha Ādayaha, emotions like Sukha, happiness, happy thought, Dukkha, sorrowful thought, Ādayaha, Kama Vritti, Krodha Vritti, Priya Vritti, Moda Vritti, Pramoda Vritti, all these thoughts, Bhaya Vritti, Vrityarudha Sakshi Vishaya, they are all Vishayaha for Sakshi, not for the mind. Once the Vritti comes, that Vritti is, thoughts are illumined by Sakshi. He is giving answer to that question. That we'll see in the next class clearly. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.